Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on the Toy Notch Astrobot's Vulkan. This is a big boy. There's not a lot to explain to it, except there is. And it's one of those things where I don't know how to explain it, but this guy is just cool in a crazy minor robot way. I have not caught up on the Astrobots comics, so I'm not sure where Vulkan stands on good, bad, neutral. I just know that this guy's cool as hell. So let's get started by talking about it. This guy has a lot of moving parts, and it's one of those things where it's hard for me to explain, so I'm going to show you. As you can see, we have these extra arms, which I'm going to call the minor arms, and then we have the rest of our robot body. But one thing about the Astrobot stuff is that they excel in mechanical design, humanoid mechanical design, that excel at articulation. And it is one of my favorite things about this line, because between the gimmicks and all the other features, it's one of those things where I'm like, this is just awesome. So please forgive me if I have to take breaks in between, because there is a lot to explain. Just need to catch my breath with the excitement of what I'm doing. So let's start by showing off the minor arms. Now, these are really cool. You have these drill parts here. We have an extra extension actually where you can take these out and you actually get extra articulation for your robo arms. As well as we have a bicep swivel here. We have a double joint here, which can also rotate out and rotate around. Like I said, this is one of those cool things where also he's able to keep balance with his weight. There's also a joint here, and the joint rotates as well. So there is like that part where you can like defend yourself, you can look cool. There are a bunch of different things. And it's just hard to explain how exciting this is, because you got to understand you can actually do a bunch of cool photos with this that would just seem crazy to somebody else, but to any and I may have showed off a feature too early by pressing something. But there's also a cool light up feature, and I didn't want to save that for later, but I ended up doing it now. So as you can see here, there is a light up function, which is really fantastic. Shines really brightly as well, and as you know, other Astrobots also have light up features. His is definitely for like the mining part. But what's really cool, like I said, you can defend yourself, you can make it look cool, you can lay the arms out really far. This is basically like minor Dr. Octopus or something. Like, you could just get crazy with it. So there are a bunch of cool features like that. And even on our main body, like I said, we retain a lot of articulation. So we can still move forward. I keep cutting on that light. We still have an excellent ab crunch going forward. We can actually shift to the side still. We have excellent arm articulation, as we can hit a T-pose with both our upper arms and our non-upper minor arms. We still have bicep swivel. We have a beautiful double joint here. What's really cool is, even on that rotating floating joint, and then we also have beautiful, beautiful articulated fingers. I think that is always a plus that they include these always in their figures. So look at that. Beautiful articulated hand. So that means no matter what pose you get into, you are even though you're a humanoid style robot, you can actually still do cool you can still do cool robot things, which is always a pleasure and a plus. We have moving tabs here that allow for maximum articulation still. As you can see, we can fold our leg out on both sides with no problem. Actually, what's really cool is, watch this. For the most part, the guy can still like balance. I don't have to do anything. As you can see, my hands are here. He's just having a blast. These are one of the cool things that I was talking about, where it's just ridiculously fun to have a robot who can still get crazy. Like, as long as you can imagine it, it can do, I'm gonna say 80 or 90% of it, which is insane, right? We have beautiful double joints in the legs. As you can see here, there is still thigh swivel as well. And we have a shifting foot articulation. And I call it shifting because, as you can see here, it's very deep, as well as toes and hinges, as well as rotating it back if you want him to go into minor mode, which I'm going to assume is some sort of feature or mode that I just don't know about yet, where he can probably turn himself into a drill for all I know, right? But there you have it. You have all of these cool parts on this cool robot that allows for all of these cool things. Like, what if these are like cool like roller skates for him to like roller skate on as he gets busy in these streets attacking his opponents with his drill parts? Like, I don't know, but I just made that up and it sounded cool. And you gotta understand, like, you're only limited by the wild amount of imagination you have, which for me, it's I'm not gonna say it's boundless, but it's up there. It's up there. But look how cool this guy looks. This is utterly fantastic. I love everything about this, and we still get crazy amount of articulation in the neck, even though it's one of those things where it's in there, like it's still covered by heavy machinery and parts, which is pretty dope. Like I said, this is it's hard to explain this, but and then there's still another gimmick. The other gimmick, which I'm gonna fold his feet back out for, which is pretty cool, right? And this is technically counting as the articulation. I mean, not the articulation, the accessory part of the video, because everything he comes with on him in the box. But what's really cool is, right? See this drill? Watch this. You can shift these downward and take them off, right? And turn them into claw hands. And like I said, this is why I mentioned Doc Ock earlier, because now, even outside of the drills, now you have grabby grabbers, and they rotate. So here we are with the grabby grabbers, your claw hands, reaching out and grabbing your opponents, and looking really cool. I gotta oil this guy up, but for the most part, retains a ton of articulation and movement. Looks fantastic doing it. So again, here we are with this fantastic piece, and I don't even know what to say about it because, like I said, everything about this just comes out of the box like this. Fantastic. The only thing you'll have to do is buy AG2 batteries, and on our backside, you'll see it. You will have to unscrew this with a Phillips head screwdriver, shift down, and if you're looking for your power button, it's right here. Like I said, our guy is lighting up. Fantastic piece. I can't say anything bad about it because that would be a lie. That would be a lie. I didn't find any issues with it. And it's crazy to me because I love this line. I've been here since the first one. And I think that I'm missing like two pieces, two really rare convention exclusive pieces. But I'm going to continue to support this line because I really like cool robots who do ridiculously cool things. I just don't even know what else to say because it's a really cool Astrobot. Now, what I am going to do though is I'm going to find some of my stuff to use for it as a size comparison, because with like Krivo, right? Krivo was technically a 1/18 scale robot, but the rest of these guys are considered 1/12 scale robots. So I'm going to just mix and match some lines, have a bit of a fun. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, now we're on to the size comparison. I got a bunch of robots, got a bunch of humans, and mixed up the scales just a tad bit. So first and foremost, let's go up against other Astrobot stuff. Here we are with a version of Apollo. So, as you can see, Apollo's just a little bit smaller. Even when we talk about where the heads meet at, it doesn't meet the same. So Vulkan is actually slightly taller. Then we have Athenia, and she is tiny compared to these guys. But again, I like mixing and matching my robots. This is one of those things where I'm having a good time. One more thing I forgot to add is that you can actually pull out these parts here to round them out and add some extra articulation to Vulkan in his arm area. But yeah, it is pretty exciting to know that I have robots from different lines that can, sorry, from the same line that can be different heights and do completely different things and look really cool. That's always a plus in my book. What's even crazier is right now that I'm going to pull these guys out and we're going to look at some other robots here. One of them is going to be, I have the 1000 Toys Roblox. Roblox. Sorry, I said Roblox. I'm tripping. Then we have the 1000 Toys Synthetic Human, which is an android. And as you can see here, completely different sizes, but can fit in the realm of what do you want to do with synthetic life, right? It's really cool to be able to mix and match my robots up. As we remove these two, let's say you wanted to do droids from Star Wars. Here is a battle droid, right, from Black Series. And you can roger it up. There he is. Then we have the Toy Nacelle bot. I removed the suction cups, but does stand at a very beautiful height next to Vulkan, right? Mix and match and make your robot world. Let's take these guys away. Next up, we are going to do, very important. I talked about the 1/18 scale stuff. Here's 1/18 scale Ichigo. And if we have a human next to our Vulkan, this is what it would look like. Well, Ichigo's a Catman, but you know what I mean. And it looks utterly fantastic as Catman and Minorbot team up in a revolution to stop those who don't want treats, right? Excellent story. I would write it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. So we have that. Next up, when we compare to stuff like the SH Figuarts Shin Kamen Rider, which is Japanese 1/12 scale, here we are with Vulkan next to it. Then we have the Cosmic Legion's Operative, which I enjoy because he seems like the type that would sneak in and get himself into trouble with people like Vulkan, right? Next up, we have some Marvel Legends 6-inch, as well as G.I. Joe Classified 6-inch. So here is Black Panther. And then we have Outback, Survivalist Extraordinaire. And as you can see with these 6-inch guys, they are still tiny when in comparison to Vulkan, the Minor Bot. That's what I'm calling him from now on. Vulkan, the Minor Bot. Then we have Valaverse Rollout. And we have Fush Toy Sakit. Is it Sakit? I always forget. But here we are with these guys. So, beautiful line, beautiful robots, having a good time. I cannot say it enough that this has been a fantastic toy, and everything out the box has made him fully fun and functional. And again, I feel bad about spoiling the light thing, but as you can see here, it is quite the excellent feature. I love it. I'm hoping I can make use of those shots in some very low light, cool stuff. Hoping I can make it fantastic. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for enjoying. Most of all, thank you for sticking around and trying new things. I know a lot of people come to me to like not know stuff as I try to review all the things that I think would be cool. Like I like doing stuff like that. So thank you for those of you who have gotten me this far with your encouragement, your kindness, your words, and most of all, the fact that you've been, drinking your water. So please, please continue to do so. And as always, for the tagline, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.